And we're live. Hey everybody, it is Monday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Descent 1. I'm an idiot.
You always start a conversation this way.
I forgot I was streaming tonight. I forgot that. I pushed the stream back because I've been editing for the last couple hours. And it's the Monday after Easter. We didn't stream yesterday, so I just forgot that I had pushed it to today. Crimson calls me at 8 o'clock and says, "So hey, you're gonna show up for your own stream?" Takes me 2 seconds. Oh God! So I quickly set up. We're good to go. Joining us this evening, we've got Crimson, our savior.
You're welcome, everybody.
We've got Lotus, the patient.
Good evening, everybody.
And we've got Xandru, the I'm actually here, thank you.
I just exist.
You just exist. I ran out of things I could say about people, so I just said, Ed, you're here.
It's okay, we don't know each other that well enough. We've only known each other for just as fans and a hero, so that's just how it is.
Oh, hero. Hero's a bit much.
Yeah, don't stroke his ego. He already fucked up tonight.
No, I am a hero.
No. See, hero is the downgrade of what it is. So there you go.
Ah, there you go.
Fair enough.
So yeah, hope you enjoyed the Spirit review from a few days ago. We are definitely going to have another episode out tonight. We would have had it in an hour or two because I'm editing it right now while watching Quinton's Beverly Hillbillies video.
Oh, how many hours in are you into that? Because I'm only hour 3.
14 hours. I've been watching it while editing the last 2 reviews.
Amazing. I know, it's 44 hours, right?
38 hours, and I think my bits, the stuff I edited, is around the 23-hour mark. That was what, 14 hours? Yeah. So if you're not familiar with this video, Quinton for the longest time was Quinton Reviews was experimenting for the longest time with what are the actual length limits on YouTube for how long a video can actually be before YouTube says no, this is too long. And his dad has been and while Quinton is known these days mostly for his big retrospective on iCarly, Victoria, Sam and Cat, all that jazz, his dad was watching the shared universe of old sitcoms, that being the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres. If you're not familiar with them, they are old sitcoms, all with a rural theme to them, just with different premises around them, and usually pretty entertaining. I've reached the bits now through the first season of Petticoat Junction, and man, Petticoat Junction sucks. A lot of problems with Petticoat Junction. A lot of good stuff, but a lot of bad stuff too. But the point being that they had a shared universe with multiple crossovers with each other. So his dad had worked with him to create this massive retrospective on the entirety of the Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, and Petticoat Junction. And so this is a 38-hour video. Originally, the original one I think was 24 hours, but since it got taken down for copyright reasons, he re-released it on April Fool's Day with even more content. And he asked me to help him edit a section. There's a half-hour section around the 23-hour mark that talks about a British comic strip ripoff of the Beverly Hillbillies called The Bumpkin Billionaires.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Also, during this pause, hello there, Fezworks.
Hey, Fez.
I love Green Acres.
Fez, I didn't know you were here.
I'm here now. I heard Green Acres.
Yeah, I was just talking about Quinton Reviews' big video that technically was his dad's project, where they talked about the Henningverse, the shared universe of Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres. We have not gotten to Green Acres yet, but I know it's coming.
I mean,
it's the place to be. Oh.
Yeah, well.
Vega can quote the theme song to Green Acres as well. That's fun.
Thing I do know about it.
Why does he keep making long videos? If I were doing something like this, I would do it in multiple parts, and each would just be a few hours. That's just me. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the joke, to make it that long. And the thing is, these videos are comprehensive. Like I said, just an hour of this is devoted to a random comic strip ripoff of the Beverly Hillbillies. Like, they talk about everything. That's why all the iCarly retrospective stuff took so long as well. He's talked about toys. He talked about video games. He talked about all this associated stuff, and thus with this one, instead of splitting it into multiple 4 or 5 hour videos, it's all one big 38-hour one, and thus it becomes like an endurance test for you. Like, at the 10-hour mark, his dad is like, okay, you are 10 hours into a video about the Beverly Hillbillies. Maybe it's time for you to take a break and get some sleep.
Amazing.
Dear God.
So it's basically a big April Fool's Day thing. Yeah, wait, there are iCarly video games? Not really iCarly video games, but there were Victorious video games, which those are the ones he definitely talked about. Like, there was rhythm game stuff, and just some weird stuff. That was a fun intermission when he got to that stuff. How long did it take to upload it? It took him over a day to upload it. Which as he said, unfortunately, the video itself got released on April 2nd, but he started the upload on April 1st, so it counts for him.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, I don't care. I started uploading on April 1st. It counts.
Did we already answer the super chat of Benjamin Hall?
We did not.
Oh, thoughts on the question?
Question's a great character. I think I preferred the original version of him versus all the work they did with him later on. Like weird as it is to say, I kind of liked the quasi-objectivist version of the question versus the Zen Master one that they did later on with him.
Okay.
Also, Jay Manor says, you think Booster Gold has a good singing voice?
I don't know. I haven't actually thought about that. All right. Otherwise, Fez, you actually contacted me privately, and this is an interesting thing, and it's a good segue into me promoting the action figures.
Oh my god.
Because of course the action figures are now fully publicly released. If you can see in the far distance over there, sitting on the chair, is a bunch of action figures because I finally have like a large supply of them. I'm still shipping out the orders we got after the last episode was released. Right now we're just waiting on finishing up some Mechakara heads. But yeah, 90s dude, Linkara, the action figure waves. There's a link in the chat for that. And Fez is asking me about a Poyo Dummy 13 figure. I did find a Mini 13. I'm sure the head and torso could be modified to work, and the arms would have the cup hands. And you'd stop at the waist for Poyo skirt. Well, it's a thought for a Poyo edition if you not already plan on it. I was actually kind of thinking that I would, since I'm still waiting, I'm going to make the new Poyo body, and I would make a new action figure based off of that, because I can just shrink down the existing prop.
Well, you want the head to turn, and you want the arms to turn, I thought, so... I mean, that's sort of what I was thinking.
It's not a bad idea, especially if we end up going with the more bird-like design, especially for the arms.
Yeah, I mean, it might even be able to be simplified a little bit, because it's not like it needs, like, the tilt as much, and the arms could just be ball and socket.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to spin in one direction. But, I mean, that's if you want, like, say, like, the current Mark model, and then you can always have, you know, upgraded models later on or whatnot. But it was just an idea, and I wasn't sure if you were planning it. I saw Mini 13 where the dimensions might work a little bit better, but I wasn't sure, so I was just trying to throw it to you privately. So because I bother you plenty.
Yeah, but I figured you're here anyway, so I might as well just talk about that, because I like to talk about this production stuff behind the scenes with that. I don't know if I would go with the Mini 13 design, because it's still more humanoid. It would require a heavy modification, which, you know, I could... Oh, yeah. You could probably make it work. But maybe. It's a thought.
I just meant for, like, the skeletal frame, and then you would bump out the torso, and you'd reshape the heads, basically, but you'd still keep, like, the nodule connection. So it's just as the framework, I was saying, and then you'd build out the torso to the Poyo proportions. So it's not necessarily, like, the blocky format, but just as the skeletal and for the connections for the head and the arms.
I get you.
Okay, we got like 4 super chats.
I know,
guys.
we can start reading them. ZachFet92, hi Linkara, love the toy commercial. Thank you. I'm very happy with how that turned out. I would have loved to have some more different camera shots, but this episode was already so late. I just wanted to just rush through, get it done. I got all the shots that were necessary to emulate an 80s or 90s toy commercial, and we just went with that. Benjamin Hall, how about the Creeper? I have no strong feelings about the Creeper one way or another.
I will say I really enjoy his, I think, first appearance in the animated series where he was choosing clothes at that one store and the clerk was just so uninterested. Like, he's just flipping around the room and everything. What do you think of this outfit? And she's like, oh, that's totally you, buddy. It was great.
Just like I am not being paid enough for this and I live in Gotham City.
Exactly. Like, do you take cash or plastic? And he puts down like a Batman mask and she just looks him dead in the eyes. Ha ha. Like, amazing.
Campbellzilla, with the upcoming Superman movie this summer, any plans for a tie-in? It would be interesting to look at something like John Byrne's post-crisis reinvention of the character, for example. I don't usually plan around that kind of thing. It's not a bad idea, but no current plans to do anything like that, especially because for the rest of the year, putting aside 1 or 2 things like the Star Wars Return of the Jedi review, I'm going to try to get out before the end of the month, and of course the annual Mr. T review, I think pretty much the rest of the year is filled up with Patreon-sponsored reviews because I've already fallen so far behind and everything. Samurai the Cat had a fun time at SakuraCon. We'll get back to my Steel Ball Run vlogs. Nice.
Nice.
Oh me, oh my,
Shall
oh me.
we descent?
Shall we descent? We shall descent. Also, I need to start recording the thing. I accidentally did not record the footage separately last week.
Oh, what?
It's fine. I could just use I could just still use the video from the stream itself. Just means I won't be able to use the clean audio from it. So I will start recording now. Boop. Let it do its thing.
It says, got any Return of the Jedi hot takes for us before the review?
Only that I can tell you, like, it'll be a thing that's in the video itself, in that a lot of people seem to have mistaken what actually ended up happening in the movie with it being the plan from Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Oh, fair enough.
Revolver Bernie, hi Linkara, longtime fan since the Channel Awesome days. Nice. And also there was another one I saw, Roderick Sage, Linkara, you guys in the Channel Awesome back in the day worked with limited material and you released a ton of content. People forget that you guys were more of a niche thing for the number of content. That is true. Idea Nimue keychain. Before you get that, yeah, good idea for a Nimue keychain. I just need to actually have an artist design that one. I could probably do something like that with my own keychain experience now with the Poke equipment keychains, but I think I'd rather have like an actual artist do that one. Benjamin Hall, land, damn you, land. Oh god, what has Greg Land done now?
Yes, let's just go with yes.
All right, so
I don't know who that is.
he's the guy who has like who traces artwork for covers.
Oh, rude.
Well, not just covers, like all of his artwork, and he created what was infamously known as porn face because like a lot of his women are very clearly traced from porn.
Oh god, it's that. Okay, that guy.
That's gross.
So
okay.
where were we? I know we were like in the middle of a thing. So I guess we'll just fly around until we figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, couple of cool announcements from me. Hime is clear to get her Kohen off on Friday, which is really awesome. Because Saturday, I am doing an all-day Catterday stream for her vet bills. Because they cost me $5,700 and I'm only on one income. So from 11 a.m. CST to 9 p.m. CST, because Central Time is the only real time zone, on Twitch, I'll be playing cat-themed games. We're going to be playing Cat Quest, Stray, Schrodinger's Cat, and Raiders of the Lost Quark, Wildwoods, and much more. We're also going to show off the cats on stream. So if you guys are around, please hang out with us.
And what day and time was that again?
Saturday, April 26th, starting at 11 a.m. So who knows? We might get a wild Linkara. We don't know.
That's just crazy talk. Why would Linkara show up to a stream of his friends?
I have no idea.
This way? Ah.
Hey, where did this hole go? It goes up.
Big up, stupid.
It goes somewhere where I'm being shot at.
Where is this game that you're playing available right now? I think you said it's on GOG.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also
Is it
on
on-
Steam.
Is it on
It
Steam?
is. Yeah. I
Well-
looked it up and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's apparently on Steam
I-
as well, though I got the GOG version. Because I looked for
would-
it on Steam, I didn't see it there.
I would highly recommend anybody to also check out Forsaken on Steam, which was Forsaken 64 on the N64, which plays pretty much like this. I remember playing it with my brother and friends because it was 4-player deathmatch as well. I mean, the graphics were N64 graphics, but the soundtrack was awesome, and it's like this. It's almost exactly like this. It's like, but that's back when Acclaim on the N64 was like king. They did everything that was awesome. Extreme G, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. I believe they did the South Park game. I'm so nostalgic for that. I'm going through like a midlife crisis right now, where I'm like really feeling the 1996, 97, 98 times right now. So
No, I get you.
I've recently been playing the Turok remasters on PC myself. Like I know
yeah.
that they have 3 on GOG now, but I played 1 and 2, and I never actually played those before. So like,
Yeah.
25 years later, hey, guess what? Those games are good.
Oh yeah, the problem is my brother was a huge Turok fan, so he always had Turok. 2 had the problem, Seeds of Evil had the problem where the first batch had a glitch in it. So basically what you had to do was, once you get into a level, you run your ass to the save spot to save, and then you go back and play the level, because it could crash your game for some reason somewhere, but because we always had the first batch.
Well, shout out to the PC remaster, because you can just save anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's Night Dive Studios, is it not?
Yep.
Yep,
What
Night
keep
Dive.
doing
It's like, oh, bless them.
Maybe.
Because it's like, I was like, oh man, if I won $1 million, I would go back and get like all the Acclaim games and get them on wherever. But it's like,
You know what I'm impressed by is that they did Turok 3, because Night Dive's whole thing is reviving old PC games, but Turok 3 was never on PC, so they had to like actually bring it over. Like Turok 1 and 2, those were also PC games, although I think they were more famous on the 64.
I don't
But
remember
Turok
them
3
ever
was a
being
64
PC.
exclusive.
Well,
Oh,
it might have been
we're
like
on
towards
stream
the end.
right now.
Yes.
What?
Cody just finished his stream on fucking Hades 2, so he just came in to say hi.
Hi, Cody.
And I'll also
Lewis,
shout out, by
at
the
least
way,
at least you weren't late to your own damn stream like Lewis.
so I'll also
Everybody
shout out
fucking heard
Doom
about it, it's
64,
fine.
Because Doom 64 was also 64 exclusive, but Night Dive, they
Well, you
didn't
kinda
personally
had
bring it to
to.
PC, but I think they like got like
Facilitated?
a fan-made version.
Yeah. We have a comment saying Acclaim ownership ruined 90s Valiant comics. Here's the thing, this is very interesting. I didn't realize that Turok was a comic character at the time.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
until there's this show that I did called First Issue, where I did with my now wife Melissa and a friend that we had who had since died of cancer. But we were a trio that reviewed the first issue of comics, and then it was like we were getting towards this time where it was sort of like we couldn't continue the series, but I was like, but the Valiant was coming back, and so there was like a bunch of new #1s coming out and stuff like that, and maybe we did review some of them, and I was like, wait a minute, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. So that was kind of amazing.
Is that Marcus?
Anyway. Yeah, it was Marcus.
Yeah.
Also, Sidekick Nick says, the more you play this game, the more I realized how terrible of an adaptation the Descent movie was. Not a single bat monster on sight.
Well, you know how Hollywood is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
At
Yeah, the yellow door was actually behind me.
Soul says, didn't Turok get an animated movie at some point? Not that I'm aware of.
I feel like it did, or at least there was something in development.
Yeah, it might still be in development, hell, you don't know.
There is
I,
that PS3 game that I never played, but I wonder what that's like.
So yeah,
there was something about the Valiant comics, and it wasn't. I don't think maybe it was Jim Shooter. It was somebody, because there was like a bunch of stuff with rights behind the scenes because Nova was a Valiant character, but he wasn't a Valiant character because apparently Marvel sort of owns him but doesn't own him. It was like one of those where like the individual owns the character, licensed it to Valiant, and then when this new person who I read an article, this guy super loved Valiant, and then he bought Valiant Comics and then brought it back, and so he brought back Nova and things like that. But then it's like, oh well, then like Marvel and the rights are like, no, you don't actually own the rights to Nova. But it's like, and so there's like this. Valiant had a whole rights issue, and I wouldn't put the blame on Acclaim for that, personally. But if anybody knows of a like, if somebody made a documentary on YouTube or something like that about Valiant Comics, I would absolutely love to watch it.
And
The
multiple
article I
people are
read was
saying,
super interesting.
and multiple people in chat are saying Turok, Son of Stone, in 2008. Huh. Go figure.
At some
Well, there you
point, I
go.
need to review a bunch of Valiant comics because, of course, what's it called? That Deathmate, heavily involves both Image and Valiant characters, and I know nothing about the Valiant characters.
Well, I
Oh,
have
you'll
a
have
few
to
number
talk to-
ones still. I might
Yeah,
have some
and
of
you
the
can
older
also
ones.
talk to Aspiri, because Aspiri's a huge Valiant Comics fan.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, maybe I can do something with her on the review. I'm looking up, yeah, Wikipedia. No, Turok. Yeah, Son of Stone, IMDb. Some pictures here. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis,
get
if you
back.
want to hit her up for that, I'm sure she would be more than happy to help you.
I should do that.
Same with you, Fess.
Where? By the way, how you guys enjoying your P1S?
Oh my god. Dude, she's like so happy.
Yeah, so of course, as the 3D printing guy in our friend group, I got everyone else into 3D printing. Fess has got an A1, and Crimson and Aspiri have have a P1S like me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm the
funny thing
experimenter.
Yeah, the funny thing is one of the things that like boggles my mind is, so one of the first things she did was she made a phone holder for me for at work, so that I could watch my phone at work while I'm working on briefs because I'm a paralegal. And I thought it was the funniest thing because she's like, yeah, it'll be great, and I was just like, okay then. So that's what's on my desk now, and everybody's like, where'd you get that? And I was like, my wife made it for me.
There you go.
Also, by the way, Benjamin Hall says, I think this is in regard to Nova, but he says, you mean Solar?
Solar Man of the Atom, I think is the character's name.
100% Nova.
Oh, so then I don't know. It just says you mean Solar, so I don't know.
Complete with the insignia that Captain Marvel wears in the Marvel movies. And
Okay.
the part of the Nova Corps. No, it's like Captain Nova from Valiant Comics. With it, that was the whole rights. It was a whole rights thing. And Valiant wasn't allowed to do Nova anymore.
And Zach Fett says, when you made Voice in the Dark, had Spoonie already closed himself off? If not, did you consider him to be the mad scientist?
No, I had never considered him to be a mad scientist, but yeah, I sent a message. He was not available, so I sent invitations to everyone that we still had a relationship with. For Voice from the Dark. Some people just never answered. And that is perfectly fine. Some people just said they weren't interested. Like Lindsay said she was not interested.
Yeah, that tracks for Lindsay, though.
Yeah, she's safeguarding herself because of, I'm sure, and rightfully so, that she needs to be a little bit more cautious.
Yep.
About stuff.
Filmbrain at the time said he was not interested, but he was happy to make all the jokes that we've made about it. Same for Brian.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Fez, you're coming in quiet.
I am being quiet. I'm turning my head away from the mic, please.
Nice.
All right, I am not destroying you just yet, Core, because I need to figure out my way out of here. Okay. I think... Now, we know the exit is back along that way, so...
I don't know what Fedmon is saying. Crimson has BBQ sauce, and Fess has an old 90s Sony game console.
I have no idea what that
I don't know
means.
what
don't know
the
what
fuck
you-
that
Oh,
means.
the A1. There's a 3D printer known whose model number is A1. It is not a steak sauce.
no.
It is called the A1.
Oh!
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
A1.
I was like,
and,
what the
and,
hell?
and Crimson has the PS1.
The P1S.
I know, but
P1S.
that's the joke they were going for. And the first PlayStation was called the PSX. The PS1 was the small version, the white one.
Yeah, I mean, but like everybody says like PS and the number 1, but yeah, the
but
console
they're wrong.
that was officially called the ONE one was that other one.
Yep, the
So
then the PS.
Oh man, I'm so
TWO
glad
came
I'm
out.
friends with nerds, you guys. You have no idea.
That's yellow key. Do I go straight through here? Before I blow the core, I just want to make sure we can actually get out of here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. You don't want to die.
Okay, go down here is that. No, that's a monster creator.
Turok
Oh yeah,
Son of
Mike
Stone
Manhattan.
available
Remember
on
when Nintendo
Amazon
and
for
Sony almost made the
$90.
PlayStation together? Like I've actually seen at a MagFest the Nintendo PlayStation console. It's pretty wild.
Have you really?
Yeah, I think like
This is
as far
starting
as I
room.
know, if you try to use it, it's just like a Super Nintendo, but like it's the Nintendo PlayStation.
Huh.
Yeah, it's probably like a developer.
Yeah, like it never got to stores or anything, but like I
No.
have seen the thing. I got a picture of it.
Yeah, Nintendo was like, we don't like the rights situation, so we're gonna fail. Actually, it's very interesting because it's of the story behind the Nintendo PlayStation, and the rights, and Sony did sort of get hung out to dry though, pretty badly. So they were like, well, we're gonna do it ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, the
Blackjack
very good.
and
Very much gets a
poker.
fine. We'll do it ourselves.
You know what's wild is if you go to YouTube and you look up like old promotional footage of like Final Fantasy VII for the N64, it's just such a weird, like divergent timeline kind of thing to see.
We got Nintari in the chat. The PSX is a PS2 with a built-in DVR in it, isn't it? No, the PSX was the original
the first
gray
console.
PlayStation, and
it's a
what
PS1.
later was known as the PS1 was the white,
So it's-
slimmed-down version of the PSX.
No, I know,
yeah,
but
the-
that's the ONE, like the letter P, the letter S, the
Right.
number 1. I just
But
refer
the-
to as the first of the PlayStations.
The original PlayStation was considered the PSX by everybody.
Yeah.
Because I was there in the chat rooms. And that's what everyone
Yeah,
called
but
it, the
I
PSX,
know, but
because that was the
like, now
number
Man,
on the
way to
back.
date yourself, man.
No,
Yeah, but, like,
seriously.
now that there are 5 of them, I just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Now, I
No,
think
okay, here it
Nintari
is.
was talking
Alright,
about
so-
that later on there was something that was called a PSX again, and it might have been a particular sort of build or a developer build or something like that, but colloquially, no. The PS2 already did have a built-in, not a DVR, but it did play DVDs.
Yeah, DVD player.
But it's sort of like the Panasonic GameCube. It's like, yeah, it technically existed. It's like, but it wasn't really available to the masses. So it's not like whatever call number that one was called. You know,
Also,
not sure.
Benjamin Hall says it's not in the file, so A1 is only a BBQ trust.
It's not in the file. It's not.
So, I have a Bamboo Lab, and I got a Bamboo Lab A1, and my wife bought me the 4-color AMS light thing, so I didn't want that to go to waste, so I've been printing crazy amount of stupid stuff, bookmarks and pitch and things that I might end up buying on Amazon but didn't, so I think it's so far paid.
No, you're exploding. What the hell?
I'm aware.
Uh-oh. But right now,
Got myself
I've got
turned around.
PLA
God bless
wood,
it.
I found a stool, and I've got specimen containers, so at some point everyone's going to get stool samples as a gift.
I hate
and
you.
It's gonna be hilarious.
I don't because I saw them at movie night and they look great.
I've got so many plans. I'm gonna make some that are short, some that are thicker. I'm gonna have one where the rungs aren't completely fit into the other rungs, so it'll be like a loose stool.
Amazing.
Okay, so, left, right turn here. There we go.
At this point, I am... Well, I'll wait till the congratulations screen in the next level, but I am going to have to get going in a moment.
It's all good, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you got a
nice
stream
input.
tonight, right?
I do.
Mega Timmy Tommy, anyone have any thoughts on all the Star Wars announcements, like the new anime series? I haven't really paid attention to the Star Wars announcements, so I have no idea what's going on with that.
Yeah, I didn't even watch Star Wars Celebration because I was busy watching WrestleMania.
Oh, this thing's gonna suck.
Heavy Driller.
Plasma cannons, developed under military contract. This robot is tough and armed with the teeth. Treat with extreme caution. With plasma cannons.
I love that, like, this is, like, just, this one sucks, stay away from it. Like, the others, it's like, oh, you need to be careful about this one. Here's how you should deal with it. This one's just, like, just don't even.
One more Martian mine remains. Keep it up. Intelligence reports heavier infestation ahead. All right, we're almost done with Mars.
Hooray!
Hey!
Right, but at this point, yeah, I am afraid I gotta get going. I'm gonna be streaming Suikoden 5, so feel free to stop in after Linkara is finished doing Descent. Otherwise, I got Onimusha 3 for patrons on Wednesday, The Messenger for everyone on Friday, and I'm currently
Are you
uploading a
coming to my
co-op
stream
LP of
tomorrow,
Resident-
dude?
I'll be like 45 minutes to an hour late, but yeah.
That's fine. All right, so you'll see Lotus tomorrow if you stop by my stream. So there you go.
I'll be all over this week. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
Lotus.
Lotus.
Yeah,
Have a good one, Lotus.
thank you.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. That was easy.
That was easy.
All right, who is shooting? Yeah, it was a Red Hulk. I thought as much. Oh, now here's the cloaking device.
Oopsie!
That would have been helpful.
That would have been helpful. Are we all caught up on super chats, by the way?
I believe we are.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
looks
want
like
to
it.
double
Looks like
check.
That's the starting area. Okay. Next Timmy Tommy's got a new one coming in. That was the cloaking device. So that...
Are you... Oh, so you are the next one?
What was that?
Are you on the next level then?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't... I'm not entirely sure how Descent works, so... I was kind of like, wait, is he on the next level? What?
Yeah, we blew up the mine. Next level, next Mars mission.
Gotcha, okay.
Ow, what the hell is hitting me?
Get good, scrub! That's what my nephew always tells me. He just goes, get good, scrub!
Well, we're not children anymore. We don't have those lightning fast reflexes.
Right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Let's see. Mega to be Tommy. And in the interest of changing the subject from poop jokes, anyone see Sinners last weekend? All the movies.
No, but I want to see it because freaking it's Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, and they are always a great time, even when the subject matter kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, I watched Fruitvale Station, which was like pre-Black Panther fame for them, and oh my god, that thing is amazing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Sinners. I just haven't had time because I spent all weekend watching WrestleMania, and then I have to go back to work tomorrow, so whoops.
So fun times.
How was WrestleMania?
Night 1 was fine, night 2 was super disappointing.
They have multiple nights now on these?
Yeah, it should really only be one, but like, whatever. It's just, a lot of it was like night 1 was actually really cool because like, Okay, so the way we did it was, Zach Fett will get your super chat in a second, but night 1 on Saturday was actually a lot of fun because the main event match was Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and they were trying to get custody of a middle-aged Jewish man in Paul Heyman. The nice thing but the funny thing was everybody knew that Paul Heyman was going to betray somebody. But what happened was he betrayed 2 out of the 3 and left with the 3rd one, which was amazing. That whole match from start to finish was great. And then last night was super weird because, like, John Cena had turned heel last month, but, like, for some reason, like, they didn't even have The Rock there to get, like, Cody Rhodes' soul. It was weird. I watched it on TV. I don't live in Vegas. It was supposed to be in Minneapolis this year, but they were like, it's too cold in April in Minneapolis, to which I said, fuck you, it was 52 degrees this weekend.
You're inside of a stadium. What does it matter?
Yeah, that was the other thing. It was like, what the hell is the problem here? But anyway, Sanji, you want to grab that super chat from Zach Fett, please?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Might have found a good game for you to stream in October. Order 13, where you work in a creepy packing warehouse and take care of a cat. Interesting.
Ooh.
That might be fun.
What is it called? Order 13?
Order 13, yes.
Okay, I might actually look that up right now and maybe put it on my wish list. Who
Well, I'm
knows?
actually interested in playing. Because Red Claw was streaming this game before. Oh god, it's these things.
Don't die, please.
There is a demo out right now that's like over 3 hours long.
What the fuck?
Where you are like a lighthouse keeper dealing with Lovecraftian phenomena.
Phenomena. But still, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was playing for a bit. I joined him on stream for a bit before I had to go.
No, I am adding Order 13 to my wish list. This looks amazing, and I want it.
Nice. I'm hearing enemy noises, but I'm not seeing them.
Clockwork Souls. WoW Crimson and Linkara say comic books are weird.
They are. Have you read them? They're amazingly weird, and I love them.
Comic books are weird. Something is firing missile. Okay. Missiles came from that direction. Ah, there it is. You're cloaked. That's why I couldn't see you.
Whoopsie.
I'm gonna save. I'm going to save here just to be safe. Now you've cleared out the room full of baddies. This base is nice because it has so many open spaces. But man, it is also like very easy to get turned around. Okay, I'm hearing another one. There's another cloaked enemy somewhere here, I'm guessing. At the exit? No.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, Lewis. Your entire chat has devolved into the WrestleMania.
Oh, goody!
Oh god.
Also, I just wasted my smart missiles.
Don't do that.
That's not smart.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they were doing, but like the street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest was amazing. The women's title match at the beginning with Io Sky was great. And then apparently they undid it already, which okay, whatever. And then so there were like 2 good matches last night. Randy Orton beat the crap out of Joe Hendry in like 3 minutes, which kind of sucks. But I mean, whatever. Joe Hendry is great anyway. But yeah, it was like second night of WrestleMania was super disappointing, to be honest. The first night wasn't bad, actually. Oh man, Cena. See, I would have been okay with Cena going over Rhodes if for one reason. Like, so they had teased the third dude. And it would have been great if after Logan Paul and AJ Styles had their match, that Logan Paul came out to distract John Cena, or to distract Cody Rhodes while John Cena pinned him dirty. And that would have been fine with me, because then that would have been like the thread with the third man, blah, blah, blah. That would have made sense. But no, all it was Travis Scott coming out and distracting Cody for like 12 seconds, and then Cena wins, and you're like, what the hell? It was just weird. I don't know. I'm hoping that Money in the Bank is better, but I mean, I'm not gonna hold my breath, to be honest.
That's like the closest thing to a wrestle topic I could talk about is that an online friend of ours just like made custom-made characters of our reviewer selves, and like it was a battle royale with all 8 of us trying to winning a title match. It was insane.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. Like, I like doing that in like what do you call it? The WWE games or whatever.
Yeah, that's where he did it.
Yeah, like I like doing that, but I've stopped buying the games because the games are the same now, and it's like, why? Why are we doing this?
And I've just never gotten into wrestling. My brother and I were talking about this because apparently some friends of his invited him over to watch WrestleMania with them.
Oh, gotcha.
Just like we somehow missed out on watching wrestling. We got into other stuff, but like we know
Fair.
so many people who were into wrestling, and just like continue to watch it, years after they started watching it. And it's just like it was just a thing that passed us by.
Yeah, and I mean that's fine. Like I don't have a problem with like, other people not liking wrestling and whatever, and I totally get that as a thing. But what gets me about all of it is actually really funny. I was out of wrestling for the longest time, and Dresden actually got me back into it. So like, actually, it's all Dresden's fault, to be real.
Dresden! I don't know, just felt like
Alt F2 save here.
No, it's fine, but it was just really funny because for the longest time I was like, I'm so done with wrestling, because like I was a huge Undertaker mark when I was a kid. Like I remember when the Undertaker debuted, I remember when he retired. I saw his entire career. And like after the Undertaker retired, I didn't really feel a need to like watch wrestling anymore. And then Dresden and I like were talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, AEW is a thing," and I got I got into AEW, and Orange Cassidy is my new favorite person. So Freshly Squeezed is my new favorite guy.
That's a sentence.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, we should read these super chats.
That's probably a good idea. Let's see. Where were the okay, the latest one was Sidekick Nick, Homer Simpson. Yes, that's a real pickle. I don't know.
Yes, that's a real pickle.
Mega Timmy Tommy. It's okay, Linkara. I feel the same about sports in general. I only know the wrestlers and athletes who became actors. Also Tom Brady, because everyone complains about him. Fair.
Yeah, everybody knows who Tom Brady is, unfortunately. We actually have a friend who's a Patriots fan, and got really sad when Tom Brady retired. But anyway.
And Zach Fett, I know you can't guarantee when reviews come out these days, but would you consider posting a list of upcoming episodes just so we know what to look forward to?
The problem is I used to do that. I would like to do that, but the thing is I keep having to reschedule and cancel episodes, so I don't want to build anticipation for stuff that's not necessarily going to happen.
Right.
I mean, that makes sense.
But yeah, I should do another update in general, because of course the Patreon sponsored reviews will still happen. They have to.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
They make money. They make the money. They make the money. Song.
Let's spend it, spend it, spend it.
Somewhere Dresden just sneezed.
All right. In case anyone in the voice chat wanted to, I put the link to the Steam store for Forsaken Remastered. In case anyone wanted to check it out, because apparently it is remastered. It's not merely the 64 graphics.
Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't realize they had remastered it on Steam. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 106 games on my wish list, man. Like, I got so much crap to play.
I'm in the opposite boat. Like, I have limited games to play, but like I have no time to play them.
I have no shields.
I have so many games on my Steam library that I have not even opened.
Okay, I have about 41 cat games, just cat games, and then I have 978 uncategorized games, and then I have 106 on my damn wish list. Like, I have over 1,200 games I need to play. So like,
Do you have Whisker Squadron Survivor?
I don't. I should get that too. Damn it.
Do you know what it is?
No, but it sounds great.
Yeah, it's it's sort of like a Star Fox sort of
But
situation.
with cats?
You're flying through, and it's sort of like a corridor flyer.
Oh,
So you
okay.
gotta go through
It's
and you collect stuff.
Oh
and
yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool. It's like so it is like a Star Fox thing. Cool.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, you get a feel for it with that in mind, but it's a lot more. I don't want to say like puzzle based, but you need a little bit more to keep an eye on stuff to get like all the points and like because it's like there's things about using your whatever weapons you got in particular and chaining things. So there's a lot more to it. It's not as I would not say it's as free as free flying.
Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Gotcha. Because I have one of their other games. I have Evergarden.
Teely says, fun fact, in an early coloring of the Return of the Jedi comic, when Vader activated Luke's lightsaber, it was red. Color mistake, or a script remnant of Lucas's original idea of having color-changing lightsabers.
Oh, take a look at that.
I gotta say, I kind of like that idea, now that you say that, Teely.
Yeah, but
Like
I thought the Kyber... Okay, not to be like that guy, but I thought the Kyber crystal was supposed to dictate the color of the lightsaber.
No, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct on that. I'm just saying, like, how fun of an idea would it be that no matter what lightsaber, that the lightsaber will reflect what force you're on. Like, say, imagine, like, you have Luke's lightsaber and it turns red. Or if you have Darth Vader's lightsaber and you were a Jedi, it would turn green or something like that.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, I could consider that if to not like mess with canon more or less right now, if being a Sith could take a natural kyber crystal and make it turn into red because it's being forced used essentially, and then if you are a Jedi and you use a Sith weapon, you could somewhat cleanse it. But right now, I think the idea is the Sith use synthetic kyber crystals.
That is
fair.
Really that is fair.
I mean,
yeah,
if you
I don't
wanted
know
to
how
play
that
within this,
Damn it.
yeah.
Ugh.
But if it hasn't been explicitly stated in the movies, I don't count it. I count everything else as soft canon.
Fair enough.
Like same with Doctor Who. It's like some people will say like some stuff that happens in the audio books or the audio plays or whatnot, and it's like, well, it didn't happen in the main series, so to me, it didn't happen. Like the character Jenny, is the Doctor's daughter from that one episode, is like, I thought that was going to be so cool, and then we never saw her again. And then somebody's like, well, she made an appearance in the audiobooks, and I'm like, no. Audio is not an appearance. That's audio. So visually, no, she did not appear, and it's not canon because it didn't happen in the show.
So funny story. You know what you've heard of Night of the Doctor, right?
Not sure. What is that?
It was a special for the 50th anniversary, which showed the 8th Doctor's regeneration into the War Doctor.
Yes, that was video.
Yes,
yeah,
but in that. When the 8th Doctor is standing there, he's holding up the cup, and he mentions all his audio companions up until then.
Yep.
Up until then, yep. I don't know if he ever mentioned Jenny though.
Yeah, I'm just saying the canonicity is weird in that regard because technically by doing so, he's canonized Kariz and Charlie and Lucy and Tamsin and Molly.
Yeah, because we sort of lost out on a lot of Eighth Doctor because
he was from the TV movie originally.
That's why I say it's soft canon. It's sort of canon, but not really canon, and because whatever. But that's just me. It's not like my opinion matters. So I'm not.
The creators have said before that basically everything in Doctor Who is canon because with time travel everything changes. But like, I am dubious with that explanation considering how things work in universe.
Yeah, especially after the universe was reset. It's like, well, come on. I really hated Moffat writing and whimsical stories and just loose playing. It's like, you're screwing up so much.
I mean,
it's like
the 12th Doctor.
Continuity.
Yeah, the 12th Doctor is one of my favorite, like, modern era Doctors. But some of those episodes, I'm just like, oh man, you gotta stop.
12?
Yeah,
Wait.
Capaldi.
Capaldi was awesome.
Yeah, he was 12.
No, that was Matt Smith.
No, 11 is Matt Smith.
Smith is
That's
11.
11. Sorry.
Tennant?
Wayne.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tennant is 10th. Smith is 11th. Well, I mean,
Capaldi is 12.
kind of technically.
Remember when the numbering was easy?
Yep, I remember when the numbering was easy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. War 9, 10, 11, 12.
Jeez.
I have not seen anything. I'm not caught up on shoot, what's her name? Whitaker.
Whitaker.
I have not caught up on Whitaker and anything after.
Yeah, because it gets more complicated with Whitaker.
I just have to do the Christmas special, Joy to the World, with Ncuti Gatwa, and I just need to see the first 2 episodes of the new Doctor Who, and I'll be caught up. But
yeah, I haven't seen the 2 new episodes yet.
But there's like a rumor, I guess, that they're gonna just redo the whole series or whatever, and I'm just like...
There's always that rumor, and I think that would be a major mistake if they ever did that.
Same.
Oh, but timey-wimey.
Uh-huh.
No, it's like the... no. All I want is consistency. You know, continuity can go either way. And I know that, Lewis, you don't really have an interest in watching Lower Decks, but one of the articles I read about Lower Decks was that whether or not it's in continuity with whatever live action stuff, the point that Lower Decks works with is consistency. Because even if the live action stuff won't acknowledge it, the Lower Decks acknowledges a ton of stuff from the 70s cartoon. Like Giant Spock, for one. And
Yeah, we don't
like
need
that.
to acknowledge that. That's the thing.
It's
Sometimes we
fun,
don't
though.
need to acknowledge stuff.
It's fun, though.
It's bad. We want to forget it.
It's
Let us
great.
forget. Let us just forget the bad stuff.
No! You take the bad with the good. That's what my psychiatrist tells me.
Like, we don't need to bring back things that were unpopular with the franchise. You can't make them good. They're still bad ideas.
And also, you shouldn't like try to bring. You should. I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
That was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am glad I have entertained you, Crimson.
All right, red key.
But yeah, we will get your super chat, T-Elite and Captain Avenger. As soon as I see. Okay, here we go. T-Elite, on a binge channel, I sent a link to the video where I learned the origin of the color changing lightsaber based on the user mood. Oh, on the user mood. and the original coloring of the comic where Luke's saber being red. Okay.
Yeah, my review is gonna be based off of the Marvel Super Special issue, so we'll see if that's the case there. I've only written the intro and a few bits in the thing. I haven't written the full script yet. I'll be doing that when I'm done with this live show turned into an episode thing.
Ah, there you go.
Which superhero movie for July am I more excited for? James Gunn's Superman or Fantastic Four: First Steps?
James Gunn's Superman.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely more excited about Superman. My wife hates Superman.
Ooh. I don't know.
She should never meet Joe. She should never meet Joe.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I saw the DVD I saw the AtopTheFourthWall DVD special, which you all should. You know what, guys? If you were in the mood to want to buy something, yeah, you could watch the AtopTheFourthWall movie on YouTube, but you're missing out on the special features.
Yeah, I did a whole commentary with Lewis for some reason.
Oh, absolutely. Also, you get to hear commentary from Fat Grandma. Come on.
Unfortunately, that DVD is not available right now because we need to redo the cover, but we are planning on releasing a new version of it in November.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god, I advertised that cleverly.
I have no shields. This is gonna suck.
Don't suck.
I've got no shields. Never mind.
They're very stingy with shields in this game.
What was this game made by Tony during the events of Civil War?
Megan Timmy Tommy, I watched the Final Destination movies and I feel my fear of air travel and roller coasters is justified now. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, if you saw the truck with the logs, that is why I hate traveling behind tractor trailers.
Doesn't help that you actually experience stuff like that.
I did actually, when we were moving to Maryland, we actually, Matt and I were
to Minnesota.
Driving in we were going from Maryland to Minnesota. Matt and I, my first roommate in Minnesota, I almost died because a rusty piece of a chunk of metal came off of an 18-wheeler and smashed into the windshield of the car I was driving, to the point where I literally had an iPhone and said Siri, call Dad, I think I'm dying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was scary. My life flashed before my eyes. It sucked.
Okay, how do we get to the red?
And then I lived with Lewis for a month and everything was fine.
Ah, there you go.
Everything usually is fine when people are with me, because I'm awesome. Anyway, you got into another car accident here.
Yeah, and then...
No, sorry, you got into 2 car accidents!
Yeah, and then wasn't it, no, 3, remember? Because it was 3 in 1 month. So yeah. It was... Yeah, so then you got into a car accident and lost your Kia Soul because they rear-ended us. And then the day, 2 days after that, Matt and I went to a baseball game and we got rear-ended and his car got totaled.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy. So me and Lewis ended up buying the same car just 3 years apart.
Yep.
He got the heated seats and the backup camera, and I just got the base model because I'm not a bougie ass bitch. Anyway.
Fair, I guess.
Listen, Vega wanted the heated seats.
I mean, that's fair. His wife's always right. I get it.
Look, we got a rental one time. It had heated seats, and she absolutely loved it and wanted a car with them. And it was the excuse to finally get one with them.
Fair enough.
Very fair indeed.
But yeah, when I first moved to Minnesota, I got into 3 car accidents in a month.
Oh god.
Yeah. I almost told Lewis that I was gonna move back to Maryland.
Suppressing fire.
Backing all up.
Oh, you
Right
died.
there,
Good job.
right to the left. I keep looking the wrong direction for these things.
Don't do that.
Stop doing that. Dying is cringe.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm cursed, to be honest. But I don't want heated seats because it snows in Minnesota. Because here's the thing, heated seats don't help you when your car won't start in -50. I'm just saying.
Certainly.
Yeah, because we've had we've had years in Minnesota where it's gotten down to like -50.
Not that much. More like -20, if that much.
Well, with the wind chill, like -50. And like I've gone to work in that, and I know people whose cars will not start in like -20 or like lower than that. So yeah, it's crazy living here, but I don't mind living here because like it's actually a great state to live in, to be honest. It's one of the more progressive states in the union, to be sure. Remember to not look left this time.
Yeah, and then the enemy will come from the right that time.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Alright, where are we? We're in an area we haven't been before, so...
I will say, like, I definitely know I would never survive in Minnesota because, like, I can't. The cold and me just don't agree. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
That's
you're in
what,
like California, right? Like where you freaking it's not stupidly cold all the time.
Well, that's what jackets are for.
So no, like, no joke. Like, I have friends that live in New York, like live up in New York and stuff like that, and like they've definitely told me over and over again. Like anytime I mention like the temperature, like when it's cold down here, I wear like 3 jackets. Like I complain like, oh man, 50 degrees out here, it's so cold. Well,
Oh my god, that's like summer
degrees.
weather. What the hell, man?
50 degrees.
That's what I'm saying.
It's spring weather. Come on, let's be fair.
Yeah, that's fair. It is spring weather, but like
Because summer weather here is 80 and 90.
yeah, that's true.
Ah, so tanning weather. Good to know. That's
Yeah,
my
no.
tanning weather.
I used to live in upstate New York, and like it would be to the point where like, so here's the problem with southern states and like in like California in general, you guys can't handle snow. Like
No, we did not.
your infrastructure does not handle it. So like when I was living in Maryland with the Rap Critic, Maryland got 3 inches of snow and the entire DC area just shut down. Like completely shut down. The pizza guy wouldn't deliver, none of that crap. I used to live in New York where it was 4 feet of snow and the pizza guy would deliver, it wouldn't matter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like it really depends, but like you guys don't have the infrastructure, which is the problem.
Unfortunately, it's true. Yeah.
Yep.
God, I remember one year, like, when, like, it actually snowed in my town. Like, actually, like, a few inches of snow. And people were freaking out. Like, how do we handle this situation? Like, I don't know. If we have, like, information that could help us, you could probably look that up. And people... God.
Infamous Mike Manhattan, did you see Tom Brevoort say that MJ and Peter will never get married again in the comics, and that anyone who's not okay with that should read other Spider-Man books? Or I could read other books in general and not just read your stupid, you know, regressive bullcrap.
That is true, you could do that.
And yes, you're right, I can read other Spider-Man books, or I could just not read any of your books, because clearly you are being assholes about this thing that everyone wants.
I know, right?
Oh, it's about that article where the guy was basically super defending the decision. Is like, No, we prefer stagnation and.
Pretty much, yeah. I haven't read it myself, but yeah, I'm not surprised they're saying that. They've been saying that crap for years now. And they're allowed to have their opinion, but I'm allowed to have mine as well. So if you don't want my money, that's fine. You don't need money. Okay, the exit is over here. That's weird.
That is weird. Okay, Zach said, I live in VA. Every year, everyone buys snow shovels when it snows. And all I can think is, where's the one you had last year? Oh my god.
Well, they might have, like, thrown it out because they're like, oh, it's a one-off. Because, like, in the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia area, it is, that's what they call it down there. They don't really have a lot of snow, like the northern states.
Like the whole thing of just like not having MJ and Peter, I don't know. I'm
Just officially divorce them, you assholes! Stop trying to go at workarounds, and stop trying to make Paul be a thing. He's never gonna be a thing.
Like, good God.
Wait, who the hell is Paul?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Look up. There's a video out there that explains Paul and his weird deal.
Okay, I'll look it up, I guess.
It's just very clear that Paul is somebody's pet project.
Apparently.
Because they won't just let it go.
Oh my god. Lewis, you feeling some type of way?
I'm feeling plenty of ways. I also am feeling frustrated in this game that I keep dying.
That's fair.
Well, stop.
Good advice.
Get good.
Worse
I told him
advice.
that it didn't help.
Oh man, I already came in there.
I'm literally gonna Google right now who the fuck is Paul.
Might want to include it's Spider-Man, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just put in who the hell is Paul into Google, and the first thing that comes up is Reddit r/Spider-Man.
Yep.
Who the hell is Paul? Yeah.
And the second one is who is Paul in the Bible?
See, now that's actually a more interesting question there.
Well, Paul was a. Oh, sorry. I thought you
Well,
were
which
actually
Paul?
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
okay, so Paul is MJ's new boyfriend she got from being stuck in alternate dimension universe, I don't know, for a few years, while Peter was on normal Earth only a month or less passed for him. Spider-Man eventually gets them out with 2 fake kids that they found and were taken care of in the alternate place since it was a wasteland. Peter... What?
That started being dumb after the second sentence. What? You kept just adding more things. You're making that up.
Whoa,
Nope.
wait. Peter did not take this well, and MJ treated him pretty coldly when she came back for a while. Now she's kind of a superhero with the name Jackpot. Paul has been.
Oh, they finally make her Jackpot?
Yeah. This was 2 years ago, though. Paul has more or less been just a dude. He doesn't really show up much, but he does help Peter out and punches him. Overall, he's not really a great character, to be honest. The kids recently disappeared since they were never real, and Peter has been taken over by Norman Osborn since, so he's evil now, I guess. Spider-Man is sort of a spider goblin who expressed desire to kill or hurt Paul and will attempt to do so. Since most fans utterly hate the writing, understandably, Paul is somewhat the face for it, and it makes sense, if it makes sense, so a lot of fans would not mind seeing Paul written out of the story.
He is he is the face of all the bad decisions currently in the Spider-Man books, mostly thanks to writer Zeb Wells, and like he's just, for the most part, he's not interesting. He's just a dude, and like they try to give him interesting backstory and have like weird quasi mystical stuff, but like he's not interesting, and we don't care about him, and they won't let him go. They just won't let it die.
Okay, apparently this is also a thing. Also, Paul is the son of a villain in another world who helped destroy the world, though Paul says he didn't know that it's what his father was really doing. But this has never gone anywhere.
It sounds insufferable to be a Spider-Man fan, because it's like I think I would have not been buying books after a while.
Yeah.
This sort of, it's at least DC sort of resets things after a while.
Yeah, the Spider-Man books have been bleeding readers for a while now, and their Ultimate Spider-Man book, which is an alternate reality story featuring a married Spider-Man with 2 kids. Shock of all shocks, people have actually really enjoyed that a lot more. Huh. Why can't I open this door? Okay, I need to be in that spot to open the door.
Oh, fun.
Also, the frickin' Red Hulks. I think the door glitched.
So I read that whole thing from Reddit, right? And I don't understand what the fuck I just read, to be honest.
So like so there's been more developments since then. But
Yeah,
like
'cause
some
that
of
was
those developments are
15 years
things
ago.
like, oh, Paul, like. I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so you said there were developments since then?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not losing everything just because we died right there from a BS trap.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so yeah, developments since then. Like, Norman Osborn is a good guy now, like, through shenanigans that made him, that took away all his evil.
Okay.
So now he's acting like a second father to Peter. It's dumb.
Oh, boy.
Well, the movie version of Dr. Octopus or Doc Ock or whatever, is much different than the comic books, it seems.
Yeah, but William Dafoe is actually a cool guy, and also really good at that role.
I said Doc Ock.
Oh, sorry. Alfred Molina. My bad.
There you go.
There's the other part in this post where they go talk about the whole Gwen versus MJ sort of situation. It's like, yeah, we got fucking what is it, Archie and then Betty and Veronica here. It's like, if just make 2 different adjective Spider-Mans with one universe and the other, and then maybe this will stop being a problem where writers keep fighting over who's going to be best girl.
Who the fuck is Zed Wells?
The writer.
Oh, the writer. Okay.
Oh, there's 2 of them. That's the problem. God, the double red Hulks are becoming a problem. I'm going to save again right outside the red doors. We don't have to keep flying back there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There are just days I just... Oh, Mr. Super Chat. I'm so sorry, Avenger. Hold on. Where is it? There you are. Let's see. Captain Avenger. I stopped reading and buying Spider-Man comics after the crap they pulled with Kamala Khan.
What the fuck did they do to Kamala, my girl?
They killed her.
What the fuck?
And then brought her back to life a month later as a mutant. They killed her in the Spider-Man book, also under Zeb Wells' direction. It was awful. It was bad. Everyone hated it. Everyone knew what was going on, and it was bad.
Well, they're all just there to hold the copyright anyway.
And like I said, they immediately got undone. Everyone knew it would be undone. They announced it would be undone immediately. And of course, everyone was pissed about it. This entire run, like, I'm not even reading the damn books, and I know, and I've heard about everything terrible that happened. Like I said, there's like an hour-long video that explains Paul and talks about the Miss Marvel thing. Just because all of this is so bad and so poorly received, no one likes this, and yet they keep doubling down on it. People are showing up at conventions to yell at them and say, "What are you doing? This is bad. We hate it."
good.
And saying, why aren't you bringing back MJ and them as a couple? People are mad. They are so mad, and I can't blame them. And that makes me so happy, honestly.
As long as they're like within reason, of course. If they're like sending death threats.
Yeah, they're not taking death threats. I think that goes without saying.
But yeah, like voicing your concern and like, because like, we voice our concern because like we care about these characters. We care that like we want to see good stories and stuff like that. But like, and we gotta let the creators know that like these are bad decisions, and we're hoping that we send these criticisms.
Damn it!
To attack. Like
I had a freaking homing missile chasing me as I flew around in a circle trying to get it to blow up against a wall.
Oopsie.
So, I've seen the Ms. Marvel show, which was excellent, by the way. But in the comics, was she a Jinn or whatever they were talking about?
No, she was an Inhuman.
Yeah, she was an Inhuman.
What the hell is an Inhuman versus a mutant?
They're from the moon.
Yeah, the Inhumans are a weird thing that basically like they're from the moon. Yes, they're kind of mutants, but not. And the comics tried to really push the Inhumans because the MCU did not have the rights to the X-Men and mutants and stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And it was a big failure. There was an Inhumans TV show. It lasted all of 6 episodes, and everyone hated it.
Oh,
and
was that with?
I did an episode on it, so if you like my shit, go check it out. Anyway, go ahead.
Was that with Kumail Nanjiani?
I could not tell you.
No, no. Kumail Nanjiani was in the Eternals.
Oh, in the Eternals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inhumans was with Ramsey, the guy who played Ramsey Snow, and who the hell?
What are Eternals?
Cosmic beings.
Cosmic beings. Okay.
Long story. There was a whole movie, which should have been a miniseries.
Okay.
Yeah, they really should have switched that. Inhumans should have just been like a one-off movie that was actually like had some good shit to it. Whereas Eternals should have been a mini series.
Well, in general, I love Kumail Nanjiani. We went to go see a stand-up he did, I think like a few weeks ago too, because he originated as a comedian. Then he got buff.
So they give us this cloaking device. I actually really appreciate that. I just didn't notice it until now.
So they're making Ms. Marvel probably is that they don't really work.
So where is the exit? I think the exit was back along the way we came. I'm gonna go.
Hold on. I missed the super chat. Give me a minute.
They don't work with mainstream Marvel.
Save here. Sidekick Nick 4. Much as I disagree with the decision to make Miss Marvel a mutant, I actually kind of enjoyed her New Mutant and Mutant Menace miniseries. That's fine. Like, apparently she was supposed to be a mutant originally, but they made her an Inhuman because they were pushing the Inhumans at the time.
But also, I'm sure the rights stuff. But
it was pretty much... It all comes down to rights issues, bullcrap. Okay, so through the door and then up here.
There was...
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? There's like a short, like a cartoon short on YouTube a long time ago where Ms. Marvel and friggin' Squirrel Girl were teaming up with, I think, somebody else too for like a little thing, and that was really awesome. But it was just a short. I don't know whatever happened to that. It's like I don't see enough Squirrel Girl.
Okay, Zach Bednight, to be fair, no writer like being told by audiences how to write their stories, but with comics you gotta be willing to course correct.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Like, it is hurting. This is like legitimately a create. Yeah, there is a case. The problem here is this is very much a case of your audience does not like the creative decisions you are making, and it is not and it is hurting the sales of your book. You need an editor needs to come along and say, "I'm sorry, this isn't working out. We need to change course correction. Get a different writer. I'm sorry, we thought this story would work out, but that's but them's the breaks in this business."
think like the best example of like content creation that had to go through like through producers and film directors and movie makers and like everybody else collabing. Oh, well, first this.
Contact has been lost with all Jovian mines, expect heavy resistance. Proceed to Io Sulfa mine and keep up the good work.
Anyway, point is, if anybody's got Disney Plus and y'all want to check out not just a goof, check out that documentary. It's really good.
But yeah, if this was a web comic, where it was their own personal story, and it was, they were just trying to do the best they could with their own work, I could see them like staying the course and doing their own thing. This is really not working out. We're getting our asses kicked. That'd be fine.
I don't think even if it was just a webcomic, just if it was written and done by one person all the time, the problem with DC and Marvel is that they're shared characters across multiple different creators.
Guys, I just have to say in the chat, if we do not talk about your super chat in like 2 minutes after you post it, that is not missing your super chat. It is, if it scrolls all the way up and we miss it, that is the super chat miss. We still have the chat on the screen. It is still there. We're good.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Okay, Kiva small stuff. Question, speaking of Spider-Man and their stupidity, how do you feel about MJ being Venom? Because to me, I hate it. Also, why is Marvel giving us a new Spider-Girl who isn't Mayday Parker? Because it makes no sense.
I could not tell you. I don't know about the Spider-Girl thing. MJ is Venom. I have no idea what the hell they're doing with that. I like I said, I don't read the damn books anymore, so I don't even know. I remember her being traumatized by Venom, so I don't know why she would be all on board with this.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
But then again, that was like 20, 30 years ago, so who knows what's happened since then.
It also might be like a trend because like I noticed like other properties having like a Venom Mary Jane idea kind of thing. I don't know. Like I think it was like a Spider-Man cartoon that explored that idea.
It feels like their only idea for how to make MJ interesting to the writers is to make her a superhero, which, I think would be fun for some storylines, but they keep trying to make it happen instead of just, like, letting her be a civilian. Oh my god, where am I being fired on from on all sides? Oh, it's a cloaked ship, that's why.
Yeah, I got a question for the other odds here, I guess. Are we supposed to be calling out the super chats that don't actually have any text? Or
yeah, there's you go for the text, whatever next to their next thing, because there's a $1 super chats where they can't post any text.
Oh, okay. I haven't been calling out anything like that. I was just being like, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I was gonna get it, but if you're gonna read it, that's fine.
Okay, infamous Mike Manhattan. Honestly, I don't envy anyone who writes Spider-Man. They have to deal with a lot of crap from editorial and the worst of the fan base. That's why I cannot pronounce that name to save my life.
Zdarsky.
Chip Zdarsky.
Said he'd never write Amazing Spider-Man. Ah, there you go. Right,
yeah, I would love a Squirrel Girl movie, as somebody also said in the chat. And it's like, I think a Squirrel Girl movie would have to be in the vein of the Deadpool stuff. That's like, as in like removed from the main story and very much its own thing, and just have fun with it without worrying about the main story, MCU story. I think, and I would personally love more of that. Because I don't want to watch a bazillion movies that have to tie in, It's just, it was fine with Iron Man and Avengers, because that's sort of how it started. But it's like, I don't want a homework assignment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where's my stuff?
Yeah.
Ah, there's my stuff.
Where's the comment? Let's see. Ryan Mack. Wasn't Venom Mary Jane just a fanfiction MUG character? I don't know.
Ah.
Oh, Mugen, that's the bootleg everybody fighter before. That's the Smash Brothers before Smash Brothers, only with comics. That's basically everything. That's what modded GameCube. That's what Smash Brothers Brawl modded basically also was. Only Mugen was all like 2D, all 2D characters, and a lot of Marvel versus Capcom, and then everybody else that they could ever put into it. It was super popular in the early 2000s.
Well, it's an official. Well, her being Venom is an official thing now.
By the way, I've been curious after seeing some of the trailers and clips from like Venom 3. I was like, is all three movies sort of like that tongue-in-cheek, sort of ridiculous, kind of dark comedy stuff? Because maybe I should have been watching Venom.
Apparently, it is. They gained a lot of popularity.
Yeah, I mean the third one of the clips and the trailer, it's like that looks freaking hilarious and great.
What is shooting at me?
Got somebody in the chat room. Squirrel Girl as in a PG-rated Deadpool movie? Probably. I mean, why not? Just something fun and ridiculous, and I mean, we don't need to really. What was the Galactus that she went up against and won? Yeah, we don't necessarily need that story since they're doing a Fantastic Four movie with that right now, but yeah, West Coast event. Oh, no, wait, she wasn't West Coast. She was Midwest
She was
Avengers.
Great Lakes Avengers.
Great Lakes Avengers. Yeah. I think that would be friggin' awesome. Who here watches Solid JJ on YouTube?
I do. I just watched a bunch of them.
There was one that they did where the Avengers were trying to call in different Avengers groups to help them out with something that they didn't want to do, and they were going through like 10 or 12 different ones. It was hilarious. It was like, I think all but one of them were real.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Solid JJ is like, I love that guy.
Yep. Mind you, Great Lakes Avengers is supposed to be a joke team.
Yeah. Let's have some fun. I mean, even
Yeah.
as miniseries, it's like, I love the idea. I like miniseries a lot more if they all can be like standalone things like that too. But if I can just get a one-off movie, it's like, you don't need to have super money. If you just got a good story and just people sort of sitting around in costumes and Great Lakes, you know, it's like, you're not expecting multi-million dollars for that one. It's like, there's so much mundane stuff, so much interesting stuff. You can make a cheap movie that's just going to be fun. But nobody wants fun anymore.
Gotta have all the money all the time.
And then there's a movie, this is not comics related, but that movie Sinners just came out with
Ryan Coogler.
Who's the star? He was Creed, was he? I don't know my actors' names, but it's like, yeah, that was like $150 million budget or whatever, or whatever. It was like something in like some of the articles are right away, or just be like, they only made like $60 million on their first weekend. It's like still got to recoup for like, it's been like 3 days, buddy. It's an original movie, and like the other other.
Well, those articles make more
actors
sense when you realize, the contract negotiation allows the creators to keep to own most of the rights of the movie, so they're getting a bigger cut than the studio.
Well, yeah,
so basically, in the sense of, they're trying to defend the studios and trying to downplay its success.
Yeah, and it's only been 3 days, and they've already got halfway there or whatever. And the other actors, and Ben Stiller is even like, yeah, it's an original movie in a time where original movies are not being made.
Oh my god!
Like, this is amazing. And somebody commented like, how dare they not make back their money in 3 days? It's like, come on. And I saw the trailer for that movie, and it's like, oh, is this gonna be like another sort of period piece? And then like, oh, it's gonna be this. It's like, this looks amazing, and I definitely do want to go see it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Give you something original, well, kind of original, but original, not based on a property. You know.
The yellow key
like,
is over there. It looks like so.
Yeah, the Minnesota Avengers. Is Avengers a copyrighted word?
Sort of, yes, because even without Marvel, there is the British TV series, The Avengers.
Okay.
There you go.
That's why in the UK it's called Marvel's The Avengers, and or Avengers Assemble, because legally they could not use the name over there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said the Minnesota Avengers, and then I'm thinking it's like, Lewis, let's make the Minnesota Avengers.
No. I got plans for other stuff we can make. For one thing, because of course, something a vegan and I have always tossed around is the fact that the word Amityville is not copyrightable, so anyone can slap the word Amityville on their movie. So eventually, we're going to make Amityville Strip Club.
Nice.
What?
Context. Expound.
It's going to be a tongue-in-cheek movie about a haunted strip club, but actually the ghosts support the strippers, and they're going to try to fight against the crusty old evangelicals who want to shut it down.
Oh my god, that lady's just wearing a sheet. Ooh.
And you can do this with any movie at all, because Amityville is not copyrightable because it's a real place name.
That's amazing. Let's see.
Hence why there are like 50 Amityville movies now.
Oh, I got one. Okay, so it's at the end of the party, and it's Minnesota, so everyone's Minnesota goodbye, and they're in the entryway. And everyone's trying to leave, but they can't leave. Amityville foyer. The Amityville foyer.
Oh, foyer.
Amazing.
Okay.
That's a fringe show. My guys.
There you go.
Zach Fett, is there any version of Reed Richards feels... Is there any version of Reed Richards that you feel isn't an idiot?
No.
Well, there you go.
He always needs to be kind of an idiot.
That's a shame.
Well, it's not necessarily an idiot, but it's like can't see beyond the scope of their own nose sort of thing, I think.
Yeah, I get you. Where?
The League of Amityville? Oh my god.
An Amityville of their own.
Oh my god. Amity League.
Oh, we do it we do it in this is the place where the dead bodies go.
Funeral?
A graveyard?
Morgue?
Morgue?
A morgue, yeah.
The morgue. Okay.
Shoot, I lost the joke. No.
But yeah, no. The next thing I'm doing is actually a movie that we recorded all the audio for. I just need to film lots of live action stuff for and edit the audio together. I want to do it this year. It was supposed to come out last year, but that's my follow-up to Winter of '83.
Well, I tried to help you, but
I know. The problem is not you, sir.
offer.
God damn it. The problem is not you. The problem is I've got work to do on it that I need to do myself. And I can, like, bring stuff over for you to eventually do that. What am I being shot at? Oh my god, I hate the cloaked ones.
No, you're being shot at.
No,
Yeah.
you don't say.
do you have limited laser?
Yeah, because I died. I lost all my weapons. I need to go back and find my body.
No, but like, can't you just like press on the laser button or?
No, I have limited ammo.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
But I am looking forward to the follow-up, Linkara. Like, that's all I can say. Let's see. I love listening to the interaction between the co-coms. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lewis.
Yep.
You know that stuff I was telling you about stuff I want to do? Is there any amount of that I can share about sort of just without getting into it too much, but just some of my ideas?
Yeah, feel free. Nothing is set. All I say is that nothing is set in stone.
I gotta go, because I didn't realize what time it was, and I was supposed to be in bed 20 minutes ago, so I'll catch y'all later.
All right, go to bed.
All right,
God,
bye.
the goddamn
Get out
cloaked
of here.
enemies. Yeah.
Oh, she's gone already. They're gone. Look at that chat real quick. Who's the guy that played Reed Richards in, oh yeah, the Doctor Strange movie.
I can't remember his name, but I know he was the guy that everyone wanted.
Jim or whatever. Yeah, that guy. Miles Teller? Is that?
Yeah. John Krasinski, that's it.
Not John Kazaki. No, so I've been talking to Lewis about doing something in universe, but separate from his storyline, just so he doesn't have to worry about whatever the hell I'm doing. But sort of the idea was to try to come up with some storylines and characters and places and entities that exist that don't require Lewis to portray, which might help him if he needs to use other people in his shows later on.
What? No! What a crazy idea.
What a crazy idea, using other people other than myself as another character. Though here's the funny thing: most of the characters that I sort of have like more so planned and written now are masked or have head coverings, so it doesn't really matter who plays. But there's a benefit in that too. It's like if somebody moves and is nowhere near to come by, and anyone can sort of step in the role too. So, yeah, I was. If anybody who knows me from back in the day, I was a huge Jenny Everywhere fan. And I ran an archive. Jenny Everywhere is an open source character that was created like, I don't know, a decade and a half ago. And I had been a curator, not a curator, a custodian of sorts with an archive of her, and I've long since been updating it. But then recently a group had reached out to me, and a next generation of custodians have come up again. And so that's been really exciting, and I've been trying to think about how I could introduce a Jenny Everywhere character into Atop the Fourth Wall, which technically
they have, because they were they were actually one of the contestants of the Contest of Champions.
Right. They were also verbally mentioned by name. They were in the roster. She has not been visually seen. And so I was looking at the Contest of Champions see if there's any other characters that did not get screen time that I could maybe pull from. So I got a couple of ideas, but it's like with Jenny Everywhere, she's supposed to be, at least how she was originally written, she's supposed to be like a Pacific Islander or maybe American Native, which does make a lot of sense. She was written by some people in Britain. So I'm sure they were going by visual aesthetics at the time. Though, Pacific Islander and American Natives are, they are related, but, thousands of years apart, I'm sure. But still, being in Minnesota, we do have a sizable native population still here. And I was hoping that I might be able to find
an actress
with some native heritage. And then sort of also sort of design or write the story of this version of Jenny Everywhere around that to sort of incorporate stuff, make them involved with it versus just merely use somebody that sort of looks, so not merely just, what I'm trying to say, not merely just use the looks or the character for the sake of the character, but actually really make it personalized to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to try to see if there's some like acting groups or theater groups, and I can maybe, basically get somebody for like a day or two or something like that, even if I have to, pay for that appearance or whatnot. Because I do know some actresses that you have like day rates and things like that from like convergence and things like that, which I have that using, but it's like nothing's ever come to fruition. Otherwise, I was gonna see if I could find someone from the Hmong population here in Minnesota, because we do have a large Hmong population, and there's some history there too within Minnesota. I really wanted to make it, you know, real sort of local, real sort of like personal, you know, merely doesn't just shoehorn a character in just to have a character. But I probably think way more than I really need to on some of this stuff, but I enjoy the writing process.
Understandable.
Is that where Linkara got the name for the Contest of Champions?
We got the name from the Marvel Contest of Champions, which is a sort of event in Marvel. Like, technically the first event comic.
Oh, question, Linkara.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever plan? Like, I don't think. Like, I don't know. Like, what? Do you have future plans on wanting to bring back Contest of Champions, or would you be willing to let other people just have fun with that concept?
Yeah, go nuts. I'm not doing anything with them. We got the red key before we got the yellow key. That's weird. Because after everything that happened, I am in no freaking mood to bring back Contest of Champions stuff. We still haven't got to get the next storyline going. But I at least have stuff written for that. Contest of Champions just kept getting delayed and having setbacks.
Again, that is completely fair.
Technically, the story I'm writing does involve the one that Lewis was in, or Linkara was in.
Only in that there were characters involved. Yeah.
The characters are involved, while also stepping in a little bit for reference. So there will be some references at the time. And then I'm really hoping I can get Noel again to reprise his role for a funny scene that I've got.
For Heavy Rex?
Yeah, Heavy Rex. I really want to have a scene with Heavy Rex and Pylo talking to each other while watching courtside.
I dig it.
But it's not fully written yet. But I've got some sort of ideas. But they're all going to take place outside of any of the plot that or storyline that has been presented, which is why I was mostly looking at the characters that didn't get any visual representation in the show, which means I have the most creative liberty in that, because I don't have to line up with anything.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm hoping to start principal filming next summer.
Well, I wish you luck on that.
Oh, me too. I hope I can actually follow through it this time.
You got this. You got this.
Did we read this chat here from Mike Manhattan?
Nope. I don't blame you for not reading anything Spider-Man anymore. I stopped reading Marvel in general because they treat their artists like crap. Did you hear what they did to Zoe Thorogood? That pissed me off. I have not heard what they did to Zoe Thorogood. I'm assuming something bullcrap, probably about page rates. Because the big two kind of suck. Okay, we gotta get the blue door over there. Like down, left, and up.
Oh, she's on Instagram. 6 times Eisner avoider. Okay.
Jared Jenkins, my copy of Winter of '83 is supposed to arrive tomorrow. Really excited to watch it. I know nothing about it at all. I hope you enjoy it.
Ooh. Oh, you're gonna. Oh.
Plus, you're seeing the complete version because the DVD version has the 3 segments that are not available online.
The added segments are so good. Can I just say that right now?
Thank you. I did a lot of research on one of them.
It just, like, the creepy factor and stuff. It's just like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I have seen Ace Corgi, Attorney at Paw. I don't have any actual plans because that requires more work because it's a
dog.
A dog. I have been thinking of some stuff that would probably work great in the comic form, but then again, you need to have, somebody to draw that up, and I have less time to start drawing again. And it wouldn't be to my personal pastes to be like an official comic with my likeness. It's been forever.
That's fair.
You have any interest in the Invincible TV series? Not really, no.
I've been getting more interested in Invincible because I get served clips every now and then on my YouTube Shorts and Instagram, and some of the stuff looks very interesting. Though I'm not a big fan of hyper-violence, but a lot of the story stuff looks pretty interesting from what I've seen from the clips.
Lone Wolf, are you guys looking forward to Fantastic Four First Steps?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm cautiously optimistic about that. How do I get in there? Where is the other... There's got to be a secret entrance.
Like Manhattan adds context for Zoe. They commissioned a rough character sketch from her for $100, supposedly. Then, without her knowledge, they used the sketch as a cover and didn't compensate her for it. And she got all the hate for it.
Oh, that's some bull crap.
I'm calling it as it is. That's bullshit.
So shortchanged her, and they frickin' used her work without her permission. And I'm assuming, that seems like it's grounds for a lawsuit.
Yeah, but who has more money is the problem.
Yeah.
Which is, in general, anybody out there that finds any of these quote-unquote contests where you basically freely give the contest your art for a chance at winning some money, don't do it unless it's like a very small sort of homegrown organization that you sort of know, because basically it's like working for spec for nothing. You're giving them free publicity, you're giving them free art, you are not being compensated, and as long as you understand that's what's going on, sure, fine, go ahead and do that. But read the stuff and make sure you're not giving up the rights to that art, that sort of thing.
Right.
Do not do that. Now, I say that as having worked for what was that one comic book company that always did like
Blue Water Productions?
Yep, Blue Water Productions. I did work for Blue Water Productions for an issue of Adam West, Misadventures of Adam West. I colored a comic for them, knowing full well I most likely would not be paid. But I just wanted to I'll just get my name published. Sadly, that issue was not even printed, so that kind of sucked. I did pirate the PDF though, because fuck them. But it's like, yeah, it was also an exercise in sort of working in the industry, kinda. But I went in knowing full well that's what it was about. And then it's like when I was working on the second issue, clearly the other artist gave up because what they handed me to color was draft sketch. It had all the lines. It was like basically they turned the sketch into line art, but it was so dirty. There were like scuff marks all over the place. It was clearly pencil sketch. And I told him, it's like, I'm not coloring this. This is I am not cleaning this up to make inks out of a sketch, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was about when I think at the time Blue Water went totally not physical, and I don't know if they technically exist anymore. They might technically exist anymore, but there was certainly a period at that point where they were just sort of not.
Yeah.
It seems. But it's like, do not give anybody your art for free unless you understand what you're doing it, but also make sure that they do not own any of your original stuff that you submit. I cannot impress that enough.
Today's lesson. Today's life lesson from Fezworks.
This is Descent 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Going back to the chat.
The Descent 1, and I keep getting my ass killed because my shields keep getting blown up. It's getting rushed on all sides.
How dare the bad guys do good at their bad guy job? They should be ashamed of themselves.
Are you ever going to review any more Little Victory comics? I think you did the first 6 issues of the series. No, I did the very first issue of her series because from a Patreon sponsored review.
There you go.
Oh, I did have some ideas of using other universe versions of some of the characters that Lewis had, including some Lord Vice stuff. I still want to do some stuff, and since it's a masked character, which it means that Lewis doesn't have to be there and doesn't have to worry about any extra work for my stupid ideas. But I have some ideas for that. Unfortunately, they only are like jokes are the only thing that I have, so they'd only like really work in shorts or something like that. Because it's like I text Lewis random joke things that I have in my head all the time, and it's like if I can at least have him have a little chuckle. I'm not saying it's like I'm gonna keep pressing him to like do this, but it's like I gotta get this joke out of my head, and at least he'll get it. So
Yep.
it's like I'm happy in that, but it's like some of the things I do want to share. So maybe at some point, I can at least do something, and maybe I can just make some extra Patreon content for Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the other joke stuff that I have involves Lewis interacting with his other characters, which is obviously more and more work for Lewis. So it's like,
Where am I being
unless
shot
we
from?
use alternate universe versions of him. Such as a plush version.
Linkara.
A plushy version of Linkara? I don't think such a thing could ever exist.
What about an action figure of Linkara?
That seems even more unlikely.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my God!
I got the red key before I got the blue key. What is going on here?
Can you imagine a stop motion episode?
Be a lot of work, but man, would that be fun?
Oh my.
A lot of work.
I mean, I am buying the figure, so like.
Robot chicken style.
Yeah.
There, let's do it. Robot chicken.
Yeah, I'm gonna save again here. We're
It's not
about coming up on the end here, unfortunately, just because I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this level before we gotta head out. But it's like, goddamn, this one is kicking my ass. We could always leave the game and just like start fresh, because we can just start from any level.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, we are just getting our ass kicked with this.
Well, part of it is memorizing, like these games, part of it is memorizing the map and where the enemies are, and also not losing all of your shit. So
The map
you
is
keep
frustrating,
restarting.
but it's navigable. No, the problem is just that like when you're getting hit with multiple hulks, you're dying. I don't have a chance to really recover my lives. It just keeps and like I've had to reload a few times just because I know I will not survive to win. I've got to start over with some shields, with some energy, etc.
Yep. Gotta restart the whole level if you screw up one sort of situation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, TF.
At least that's how I play.
TF Master. Plushie Linkara? I don't think that exists. Vegas throws a plushie at him.
Nah. God damn it, cloaked enemies.
Has it ever been revealed who Linkara married?
Nope.
I know
You
who
would have heard
Linkara's-
something by now.
You'd think so.
I know who Linkara's married to. He's married to the commitment of
He's married to his job.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one. I was gonna say to his loving fans, but then,
Can't you find maps online for this game? Certainly, but we're not doing that. I'm recording footage for a review. Because one of the Patreon sponsored reviews coming up in a few months is Descents 1, 2, and 3.
That seems like a bit much for a single Patreon review.
Indeed, which is why they actually decided to pay for an extra month. So I was like, you know what? I've played these games before. The problem is that like there's not. What was the frustrating part is actually going to be that there's not much story. I am a narrative guy. I look at the narrative of the thing I'm looking at, and there's not much to the story of Descent. Now, Descent 2 and 3 have more story, but still not that much.
What level are you? Are you playing on easy or normal?
I'm playing on rookie, which is basically like normal difficulty, right? Like right above easiest.
I'm waiting for the long play to pay off, and his spouse turns out to be a new villain.
Maybe I'll do that someday, but for now, I am happy with it just being a mystery.
What's the giant robot that Linkara has?
Neutro?
Neutro. Yeah. Is the name Neutro or the character Neutro technically still a copyrighted?
It is still copyrighted, mind you. It seems to be a case of like I don't know if what the legal definition is, but like it's an abandoned copyright because like other people have decided to take Neutro and do stuff with it, and because no one is enforcing the copyright.
But you would probably still.
I'd rather
like
not take the chance.
DVD,
hence why we're not going to do an action figure of it.
Right.
Like I don't want to take the risk in case it is a thing.
No, I meant like if you were gonna like put something out on a DVD versus something you'd probably in story change the name of it to something else, and you'd probably change the design of it. In upgrades, quote unquote upgrades, just change the character look of it just a little bit just to get around that if you really needed to.
Yeah. Oh my God!
What the heck? Yeah, would you like? I lost my train of thought. Dang it! Kill the red Hulks. They derailed my thought.
Can you cycle through like what weapons are your main blaster? Because it said your laser's been up to look.
I am. The thing is Vulcan Cannon stun locks them.
So can you hit them with the stun lock and then switch to your laser?
Doesn't last that long.
Okay.
Also, my cloaking device is going out, and their cloak is still functional. There we go. All right, I think I got them all. Or not, I can hear them.
Die, you invisible monsters!
Is there any music in this game at all?
Yes, you're just not hearing it. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, is it on the stream?
Should be. What is... Okay, you're shooting me through there. That's why I'm having so much problems.
Andrew, they are machines. Oh. Control delete, you mechanical mayhems!
And I think we're done for the evening.
Well, dang nabbit. Try spinning like a good tray. I definitely not.
So, we got through one level of Descent. God.
Yay.
Oh, try spinning. That's a good trick.
There you go.
Question in the chat, doesn't copyright law require you to use copyright on a regular basis? No, it does not.
Oh, really?
Nope. You own the copyright. You own the copyright from creation. Now, it's different if you have, like, say, a registered trademark or a registered copyright sort of thing, and something else comes out with a sort of name, and let's say you don't act on squashing that particular person for abusing your copyright for too long, then you could, like, de facto lose the right to the copyright because you weren't defending it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't require you to actively use the copyright. Now, things like trademark are a little bit different or not, but no, you own a copyright, but you could lose it if you don't defend it.
Yeah,
we're not
the thing is, we're not copyright lawyers. We don't know the ins and outs of it, but we have heard that this is the case.
Yeah.
So anyway, Captain Adventure 1993. Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese? Well, I know I should probably get some dinner. Thank you all for joining us for another exciting adventure of Descent. We started late, but we still went for 2 hours. I want to thank my wonderful guests. Lotus and Crimson had to leave, but thank you, Xandrew.
So be streaming this week. Just gonna do a random stream on Twitch, normal time as per norm. And I think I'm doing a community stream on Friday. I gotta have to look at my schedule or something like that. So look forward to that. So,
and also, sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, you're good.
And thank you, Fez.
Yeah, I hope I was a nice contributor this time.
You were absolutely fine, and we will be pay attention in the next several hours. If it doesn't come out by midnight or 1 a.m., expect it the next day. But yeah, I'm working on the James Bond Jr. #6 review. Keep an eye out for that. Y'all have yourselves a good rest of the evening. This level is pain, and someone suggested using cheat codes. No, for the authenticity of the review, I should try to avoid cheat codes at all costs. If we're like, we spend 2 hours on it and we can't get through it, that's one thing. But like, yeah. All y'all have a good rest of the evening. Oh, buy action figures where you work or play.
Figures, buy, action, now.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, people.